3:14 p.m. The housemates are gathered, ready for nominations.
Will Adele please come to the dining room?
I suppose it means if I want to leave and they say, look, vote me, I suppose that's what they mean.
Or if I said, today I'm voting, blip, blip.
Yeah.
Adele, please could you give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
My first nomination will be Johnny. My reason for nominating Johnny is that I believe that he's too aware, for my liking, that we're on camera, and that means to me that he's still putting on an act and that he's not being his true self. My second nomination will be Lee. I feel that towards the end of this week he started to be really childish and unable to control his emotions, and this unsettles me.
That's quick.
That was quick, missus.
Was that quick?
Very frankness, that was.
Last night, as a birthday treat for Sophie, Big Brother allowed the rich side to watch one round of the Tyson-Lewis boxing match.
My first nomination is Johnny, because yesterday, when they had the Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis match on, he came through and he said to us, after the match was finished, they showed us a clip of all of us coming in, and they showed that we were saying things by putting certain things that we'd said together to make a different perspective for ourselves. Then afterwards he said, sorry, I was only joking, just to wind you up, and I thought this was, well, I didn't like it. My second nomination, I'm sorry to say, is Lee, and this is because he's been gloating a little bit. When we first went over this side, he was like, you know, making out like, oh, it's such a bad place to be, and having a laugh. Plus also because of my toilet problems, he's had a bit of a giggle with it. I didn't think it was very funny. I didn't find it funny. That's why I chose to nominate Lee.
Street boy.
Please come to the dining room.
Jay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alison's not here, mate.
I'm next, aren't I?
Hi, Big Brother.
Jade, could you please give the name of your first nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
Lee, and my reasons is because I find him very sly and very rude and obnoxious, and I don't like him, to be honest. I've just totally seen a different side, and I find him fake and I don't like it.
Now could you give the name of your second nomination and explain your reasons for this nomination?
I had two people, and I've come to a conclusion that it's going to be Sophie, and the reason for why I'm going to say Sophie is because I think she's playing a game, and also I find her very sly. She comes across to me as a backstabber, and the reason why I'm nominating her is because she said that she was quite upfront and outspoken person, but I don't find that at all. I find that she's a bit of a liar.
Lee now has 3 votes and Johnny has 2.
My first nomination again this week is going to be Sandy, because it would be nice if everybody could open up and be honest with each other and try and get to know each other well, and I don't think Sandy's doing that. My second nomination, don't really want to do this, but it's going to have to be Alex again. While Alex is in here, there's always a chance of a rift or a row. It's really the only sort of frank reason I can give.
So was it your first time last week, wasn't it?
I thought it was Lee. That's Kate. Kate let him.
Yeah, K comes before L, doesn't it?
Yeah, I didn't think I wasn't thinking of Kate.
What do you think?
My first nomination is Alex. He hasn't really made the effort with me, although I tried numerous times at the weekend to make an effort to talk to him, and I don't really think I'd notice if he wasn't here. My second nomination will be Sandy. Basically, there's being truthful, there's being honest, and there's being really, really honest. And sometimes I think Sandy can be a bit too honest in what he says. He won't apologise for what he said, even if he knows it's wrong.
Lee is next to nominate.
Okay, goodbye.
First person I would like to nominate is Jade. I'll be honest, she can be quite annoying at times. In discussions, you can't get a word in, and when you're talking, she butts in, and it gets quite annoying at times. So that's the first one. Second one was a tough one, but my second one, I'm going for Johnny. Basically, it's just that when we're together, or we're sitting in a group, or even when we're one-on-one, pretty much nothing will be said. We won't talk to each other. It's like I've got nothing to say to him and he's got nothing to say to me, to be honest. Like I say, I don't dislike him. I just have no interest in what he's got to say, and probably vice versa.
Lee and Johnny now have 3 votes each. Alex, Sandy and Sophie each have 2 votes.
My first nomination or nominee is Lee. He's just becoming so lethargic, and he's sort of dragging me down a bit now. And as a result, I'm finding it increasingly difficult to talk to him. My second nomination is Sophie. Whenever she speaks, it's about her experiences, what she's got up to, her parents. You know, I could name you 10 things about her where she probably doesn't even know what I do for a living. Got a warning.
Eh?
Got a warning.
No, you didn't.
Try with lesser.
Have a go. There he is.
My first nomination is Johnny. My reasons haven't changed from last week. I find his humour not funny, for want of a better word. I don't like the way he always seeks attention, and that everything seems to have to revolve around him. My second nomination is Katie. I feel that she is shallow in respect that she also likes to seek attention. She also uses tears a little bit too quickly, although she hasn't done it for a few days, and I don't like the way initially she was using the men, sort of using them, in my eyes, sort of to get them on side.
Oh, dude. That was the quickest one so far.
8.
No, sit back, Eli.
First one, Alex. Just don't really. I talk with him, but I find him quite boring. Just not the sort of person. If he was to go, it's not someone I'd sort of miss really. If he wasn't here. Second one would be Sandy. He's been keeping his distance. He's been moaning, saying he wants to go, and I just his attitude towards it. He's just had enough, and he just doesn't want to be here. And that's my reasons for nominating him.
Lee and Johnny still have 4 votes each and will definitely face a public vote this week. Sandy and Alex have 3 votes each. Spencer is the last person to nominate.
She's joking, I'm scared.
I would first like to nominate Johnny, unfortunately. What it is that annoys me slightly about him is he tends to overreact at things, make more of a meal out of things than necessary, and then next minute, you know, is perfectly happy again. Just mood swings which seem a bit over the top to me, and that's the thing that gets on my nerves about him. I really haven't probably made my mind up, but I think it's going to be Lee. With Lee, when I'm looking at him, when I'm with him, he's very quiet, and he's given me no specific reason to nominate him. But on the same hand, he's given me no reason to not nominate him, whereas everybody else has. And you know, everybody else is I've probably shared better times with than I have with Lee. Chewy. Piece of chewy.
With 5 votes each, Johnny and Lee have received the most nominations and face eviction this Friday. No one from the poor side nominated anyone on their side.
Big Brother would like to thank all housemates for nominations. Big Brother will reveal who's been nominated later this week.
Tomorrow at 4.
Thank you.
Mate.
Cup of tea.
Could be today.
If you say that, they won't.